Hi everyone, this is a tutorial video to help you guys deep clean the new grinders that we have, the e65s. Much simpler, I hope, than the previous Mythos that I've posted a video about before. All we need here is a flat-headed screwdriver, which you should all have each side, and some sort of vacuum cleaner. And we're trialing these to see if they work. This is the first time I'm trying it, so let's see what happens. This is just a mini vacuum cleaner, but you could use a large Dyson with the suction nozzle if you have it. So these machines, first step you need to do is to stop the beans coming through and grind out what's remaining in there. So I'm going to grab a cup, pop that in there, and then you can use this button here to just manually grind whatever you have. It should take about 12 seconds. Tricky to do with one hand, sorry. Check it down. And you can hear the change in noise. That means that most of it's out. There's a few little bits in there as well. So in the interest of zero waste, we can use this for espresso shots, pull them on the machine and freeze them for frappes. That's a good option to get rid of that, okay? I'm just going to put that aside for now. So once we've emptied the grind chamber in there of beans, we can twist the hopper on top anti-clockwise and it lifts out. Okay, we can just put that aside. Make sure it's nicely balanced and doesn't tip over. And what we see is the two burrs, one on top of the other, facing each other inside there. So the first step we need to do here is loosen these two screws with our flat-headed screwdriver so that we can lift this collar off. Okay, there is a rubber seal in here. We just need to be wary of that. I usually take it out to begin with, but we need to make sure we remember to put that back in before reassembling. Let's take that out now. We'll pop that down there and we'll give that a wipe over, and then we're going to loosen these screws. So we need to loosen these screws, and it's good. We don't need to take them all the way out. They stay in, so we're not with loose screws around like we were with the previous one. And then here you can see it's currently in the lock position, i.e. the screw is over to the left. We need to get it unlocked, so we have to move the inside part around. That's a bit tricky with one hand, but you can see that's now to the right, and then it enables us to lift this collar off. Okay, so the whole piece comes off like that. We can just put that to the side, and then what it exposes is this. We've got another set of screws that we just need to loosen. Again, it's loosen and not completely remove. So just bear with me. You can use the same screwdriver, flat-headed. And then this, again, just slides around and we can just remove that like so. So it exposes one set of burrs in there that we keep in there, and one set of burrs here. We don't remove these burrs from the plate behind. We just give these a nice brush. Something like this brush here is perfect. Get them as clean as we can. So I'm going to do that now. Now as we're doing this, what we find is that this is different to the last one in that we need some sort of vacuum cleaner. Alright, so before on the old Mythos we could just get these grounds out and they'd kind of come down the tube here. This one, not so easy, right? So next step is to remove this tube, which you can just do with a gentle pull. This is relatively clean, but we'll just give that a dry wipe out with some blue roll before we put it back. And then we're going to use the vacuum cleaner to get rid of a lot of this. There's also a clump crusher here. Now, just note there's two pieces here, one rubber piece in front and one metal piece behind. We take this out and we can see it's a bit dirty, so we just again dry wipe onto that, make it clean before putting it back in. And when we put it back in, we need to make sure it goes in rubber facing us. Okay, so we'll get that cleaned. And then we're going to try this vacuum cleaner just to see if we can just get these bits up. You can see it's starting to get some of those up for us, so I'll just pause and come back when I'm finished. Okay, so vacuum in there, nice and clean, vacuumed up there as well, and I'm just going to take a blue roll and clean these little items here. So I'll just do it off camera because it's hard with one hand. And it's going to look something like that now. Okay, so bit cleaner. Same with this seal as well. So then we're going to take these, and remembering it's the rubber piece in front, lining those up and making sure they both go into the slot like so. Gentle push down into place, and then we can reassemble. So our tube should just push up into place, and you'll hear a click. And we're gonna put our top burr back on. Yep, got it now. And then twist into place. Make sure we screw these down to secure. Don't have to be super tight, just pinch it. And then we're going back on with our collar. So of course we just want to make sure the numbers are at the front and aligned. You could kind of put it that way and it would go down, but of course we want to get it back in the same place. Then we are screwing these down after we have locked it in. It's another one where I'm going to have to pause to do it with two hands. Okay, so screw in the lock position and just tighten those. So lock to the left of the hole. Then, of course, most importantly now is to reinsert this rubber ring. I've forgotten to do this on a few occasions, and it does cause problems. So making sure that our rubber seal goes in there, and you have to kind of poke it all the way around to make it go flat. That just means the hopper sits in there nicely. And then it's putting the hopper back up. So there is a peg on the back, that peg there, just to the left. And that just needs to go in the largest slot here. This one to the left-hand side of it, so there, so it locates, sits horizontally, and then it's a small clockwise turn, and you can see that that reactivates the power. So the power cuts when you take that out. You put it back in again, we're good to go. Lid back on, and then opening the chute, like so. Okay, and that gets you ready for the next day, save for just tidying up here. This is removable, of course, so nice and easy to clean that away. And that's how you deep clean the new grinder.